so proudly we hail, and the twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in vain. The name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave. The US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, and the
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, Welcome to the live broadcast of TNT Tuesday, brought to you by Jason Russo and Pro Automotive. Live broadcast by All Pro Broadcasting Network. I am Scott Golovic, your announcer for the evening. Joining me in the booth is my good friend Joel Guy. How are we doing, Joel Guy?
I'm doing just great this afternoon here in Atlanta, Scott, and ready for some good hard racing.
Well, I tell you what, Joel, this is race 10 of 15. Been some pretty good racing out here for the first nine races here in the TNT series. I expect tonight to be no different. Go on and tell us a little bit about Atlanta and these Xfinity class cars.
Well, Atlanta's a 1.5 mile tri-oval track. It's got a dog leg in the front stretch, so it's a more niche tri-oval than it is a oval. It's got 4 turns a bank at 24 degrees. The straightaways are at 5 degrees. This track's old. It's wore out. It's bumpy. It's rough. The tires are going to get eaten off of it in a hurry. So it's going to be tire management tonight. The Xfinity cars are good cars out here on this track. They run a little bit slower than the Cup cars, so they're not as hard to handle in the corners. You don't have to drive them quite as easy in the corners as you do the Cup cars. Other than that, and pit road speed being 50 miles an hour, and getting on pit road is going to be a trip because you come off of turn 4 and there's the entrance to pit road. You don't have no runway like you do at some of the tracks to get down to speed. So you're running close to 190 mile an hour when you hit that runway. You got to break it down quick.
Now, as I mentioned, this is race 10 of 15. Now, what that means is that we do have a point chase going on. Now, tonight, after 9 successful races, our point standings, we've got Dustin Lee out there in the front with a 318 points. Tristan Beats in second place with a 317. Jack Watts in position 3 with a 313. Jarrett Lipser in fourth with a 298. And Michael Jeans in fifth place in the point chase with 294. So I tell you what, these points, they are going to wrap up. But we are 2/3 of the way through our season so far, Joel. Plenty of time to get them points back up there, but also plenty of time for our race leaders to run away on those points.
Absolutely. Tonight's race is going to be good for some and bad for others. It just depends on how their race turns out for them. If you're down in the points, you can gain a lot of points if you finish high. If you're up in the points and you get taken out early, you can lose a lot of points. So every point counts in a championship race and championship hunt. So they're going to be hunting points tonight for sure.
For sure, absolutely, for sure. Now, I tell you what, big shout out to our fans out there in All Pro Broadcasting Land. We've got Michelle lining up for a great race tonight. Amanda Stewart out there tonight rooting on Michael Jeans. And I tell you what, Michael Jeans has been a complete powerhouse in last night's Monday Night Mania, dominating for 70 laps until his teammate Dustin Lee took over that domination, and they brought home a 1-2 finish for Southeast Motorsports. But tonight, this is Atlanta. This is a little bit different. Now, I tell you what else, we are doing something a little bit different here tonight. We've got a race official up here in the booth with us. Now, we're not going to hear a whole lot from our race official until those cautions are said and done. And Gary Burt, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be looking for and officiating for tonight.
How you guys doing, Scott and Joel? What I'm going to primarily be doing tonight is if a caution comes out, I am going to go back and look at the replay and try to determine if the caution was unavoidable. And if it was, I am going to try to determine which driver could have done something differently to cause the wreck from not happening. If that be the case, then we are going to EOL that driver, which means we're going to put him at the end of the longest line.
Copy that. And our goal for this is to put a little bit more driver responsibility on the drivers out here. You know, everybody gets caught up, heated up in the moment. But I tell you what, you have got to lift. You have got to know when to hold them. You have got to know when to fold them. And there's so much out here that a driver can do to avoid, bringing out the caution. Now, our drivers are winding up in their qualifying times, and we're going to be hitting our qualifying grid here very shortly. Our qualifying grid brought to you by Michael Angelo's Painting. Check them out on Facebook, Michael Angelo's Painting. We have got our qualifying grid in. Joe, why don't you go and start us off with that P1 spot?
In P1, we have Dustin Lee in the 22 with a 28.810. P2 is Michael Jeans in the number 8 car with a 28.823. In third position, we have Mitchell Reeves in the 02 with a 28.824. Fourth position, Matt Clifton in the 20 car with a 28.833. In fifth place, JT Martin in the 15 car with a 28.844.
Number 21, Steve Dutz, P6, 28.860. The number 3, Mark Jackson, we call him Gravedigger, P7, 28.867. 211 of Tristan Beats, one of KMA's younger drivers, P8 with a 28.887. The number 74, Wesley Whitfield, representing Southeast Motorsports, P9, 28.902. Side by side with the number 9 of Vernon Margheim, P10 with a 28.903.
In P11, we have Jack Watson, the number 77, with KMA. In 12th place is Greg McClinton in the number 40 car with a 28.950. In 13th is Craig Kinney in the number 90 with a 28.960. In 14th is Burles Falcons in the 006 with a 29.961. In 15th place is Ivan Garcia in the number 72 with a 29.016.
Position 16 belonging to number 14 tonight, Richard Brose, sponsor of Monday Night Mania. Big shout out to Richie B. Pulling down to 29.026 P16. Number 87, Raymond Rittenauer, P17 with a 29.036. Tied with the number 61 of Brad Ream, P18, 29.036. Chris Hogue in the number 6 tonight, Coca-Cola, looking good out there. P19 with a 29.038. And rounding out the top 20, driving for Premier Race Network, the number 60, Brian Rainville with a 29.096.
In 21st place, we have Jason Russo with a 29.106. In 22nd place, we have Jarrett Lipster with a 29.178. In 23rd place, in the 54 car, we have Nick Reynolds with a 29.313. And failing to not qualifying is Everett Lane in 24th. Gary Burt in 25th. Steven Slicker in 27th.
Alrighty, that rounds up our field for the night. We're getting ready to go. Green Flag Racing here at Atlanta. Now I tell you what, big shout out to our grid sponsor there, Michael Angelo's Painting. This is going to be a good time. Pace car is in. Going to see a lot of 4 wide out here, I suspect. All starts, restarts done. Second gear on leader's discretion. And Dustin Lee, last night's winner at Chicagoland. Michael Jeans, last night's P2 position, out there already in a solid 1-2 jump. A great start out there by Dustin Lee. It'll be interesting to see if Dustin Lee and Michael Jeans can dominate tonight here at Atlanta as they did last night at Chicagoland.
Yeah, they've already jumped out to about a 3-car length lead. The first 4 have over the rest of the field. Dustin's even got about a 2-car length lead over Mitchell Reeves.
Of those top 4 drivers, we're looking at Dustin Lee, Michael Jeans, Mitchell Reeves, and the number 20 of Matt Clifton. These top 4 drivers right now pulling away from that pack. But I tell you what, we have got Jeff T. Martin and Steve Dutz, positions 5 and 6. Very strong drivers out here just about at every track they run in. But, early on, I'm thinking these drivers are really just going to stay single file. And I say that as we're looking at the number 20 taking a peek to the outside of the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves trying to get back lined up onto the rear bumper of Michael Jeans. The number 20 of Matt Clifton back in line, but peaking low. And I tell you what, that number 15 of Jeff T. Martin right there in 5th place, possibly getting set up for a big run. What are you thinking as the 15 and the 21 of Steve Dutch are side by side on lap 3?
Well, Steve and Jeff Martin's running the low line, and Jeff will take him in coming off the corner.
Now, talking about the lines, Joel, a lot of these drivers do have different preferred lines, but right now the line they are running, ladies and gentlemen, it's what we call that modified Q line. Now, what they'll do is as they're coming down the backstretch, they will be trying to get up onto that wall to get as much push off of that wall. Then they'll be ducking down, almost down there to the grass, possibly even utilizing the white line going below that white line. So basically we call that the in and out modified Q line. Makes it very difficult to pass. Now look at this racing right here, Joel. We've got Matt Clifton and Mitchell Reeves bumper to bumper. I tell you what, these top 6, 7 drivers out here holding nothing back on lap 5, nose to tail, looking like a runaway freight train here.
Definitely, they're hooked up and trying to pull away. Jeff T. Martin is coming up on the back of number 20 of Matt Clifton and catching up to him to keep them from getting away from the rest of the cars.
I tell you what, these top 9 drivers all within 7/100ths of a second of one another. Literally from the chopper view, Joel, they are just looking like a full-blown runaway freight train. I've never seen such tight racing as here on lap 7. No double file racing as of yet. Oh, the 21 in trouble as Mark Jackson in the number 3 gets into the rear end of the 21, but I believe that the number 21 of Steve Dutch might have lost his momentum, but nonetheless contact with Mark Jackson and Steve Dutch early on. Both cars still rolling, but that is putting Mark Jackson into the first double wide position of the night, double file with the number 74 of Wesley Whitfield. In fact, this second pack, they are 6 cars, double file, pulling it back into a single wide situation with Wesley and Mark. But that traffic behind Mark Jackson involving Tristan Beats and Jack Watts, double file. And I tell you what, that is a pretty shot right there. Those 2 custom-made vehicles put out by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Jack Watts, Tristan Beats, side by side, lap 8, looking pretty.
Absolutely. A wonderful job painting. They have done some of the most fantastic paint jobs for us over the season.
Going to expect to see a lot out of Jack Watts and Tristan Beats tonight. Now these drivers are not ones to rush their way up to the front. They rely more on smart tire usage, smart fuel load. Now these drivers are working on about a 75% fuel load, which is going to equal out to about 35 to 40 laps. So hopefully we will be seeing some green flag pit stops tonight. And as you mentioned, Joel, pit stops here at Atlanta, they are a little bit difficult.
Absolutely, it'll be difficult. You've got 2 options. You can come off of turn 4 and think you can get broke down to 50 miles an hour before you hit the cone, or you can come down onto the apron coming into out of 3 and into 4 and ride the apron slowing down.
Taking a look at the number 90 of Craig Kinney, making a successful pass on the 77 of Jack Watts. The Jack Watts not quite so ready to give up position number 10, fighting his way back. The number 90 of Craig Kinney, I tell you what, we don't hear a lot about Craig Kinney on the microphone, very quiet driver, but he is a big talker out here on the track, and he can back it up. I fully would expect Craig Kinney to be well within range of the leaders here within the next 20 to 25 laps, as he right now is bearing down on the 211 of Tristan Beats.
Definitely, as long as they stay in line, they'll catch the leaders. If they start racing side by side, they're not going to catch the leaders because you're losing speed when you're racing side by side at mile and a half short speedway.
Well, speaking of the leaders, working our way back up to the front to glance at the leaders, we still have Dustin Lee out there in the front, so far dominating the first 13 laps. Michael Jeans, position 2, Mitchell Reeves, position 3, Matt Clifton in position 4, and Jeff T. Martin in position 5. I do not believe that these top 5 positions have yet so much as to make one pass. 5 drivers right now working very solid together, being very careful not to take one another out.
Absolutely. Southeast Motorsports, and that's the top 4 is all Southeast Motorsports. They're working as a team, working together. They don't care who's leading at the moment because you get no points for lead. You only get points for winning.
Communication is very important in these races that we do. These 4 drivers, 5 drivers, all on the same channel, knowing exactly the line that the other driver is running, knowing exactly where his braking points are, where his acceleration points are. Now, it does appear that Matt Clifton getting a slight run there on the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves allowing the inner pass by Matt Clifton. Little swap there of position, big crossover by Mitchell Reeves, and Mitchell Reeves going back around Matt Clifton. So I'm not exactly sure if that was a planned move right there or not, but we do have Jeff T. Martin now coming underneath the 20, almost driving the 20 up into the wall. Slight contact. Thought I saw sparks, but right now both drivers all drivers still doing very well, but that's going to cost the number 20 of Matt Clifton a little bit of time here on lap 16.
Definitely it cost them some time. They've lost the front 3, and the front 3 are still running nose to tail, not quite on top of each other, but they're nose to tail, so they're making speed and making time.
Number 74, Wesley Whitfield, down onto the apron, losing a lot of momentum right there. He was in a 5-pack. No problems right there, but whatever happened with the number 74, he has dropped back several car lengths off of the pack, involving Craig Kinney, Jack Watson, Tristan Beach right now out in the middle of nowhere land. He's got Vernon in the number 6, Greg McLean in the number 40, and the number 61 of Brad Riemann in his rearview mirror getting ready to bear down, but not quite sure what happened there with Wesley. He just kind of ran out of steam right there on lap 18.
Yeah, no tell. He might have hit the apron and got loose, or he might have went in too deep and had to lift to keep from sliding up into the wall. There's no telling.
I tell you what, lane control, lane accuracy is everything here on these intermediate tracks. You basically have to run the same line over and over and over again, and that's the only way you're going to get that way up there to the front of the pack. Now, one driver that is extremely good at doing that tonight is the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson currently in 6th place, but he is slowly closing that gap on the number 15 of Jeff T. Martin, getting those tires heated up. Mark Jackson beginning to get on the roll here on lap 20. Now talk to me about some lap times, Joel. What are these drivers pulling down as lap times?
Well, right now they're pulling down like 30-second laps in position 3. During the early part of the run, they were pulling down 28 and 29-second laps. As the tires wear out, they have to start lifting early or going into the corner, and so that cuts the lap speeds down.
Taking a look at our race leader, Dustin Lee, pulling down a 30.159 compared to his counterpart, Michael Jeans, with a 30.165, and Mitchell Reeves with a 30.141. So these top 3 drivers very close, but again, I just do not think these top 3. Caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a look at that on our All-Pro Broadcasting Replay, brought to you by GW Graphics. We do know that the number 28 of Jason Russo, unfortunately involved in it, but we're going to check out and see exactly what happened. I tell you what, Joel, what I'm seeing right now, it does appear that the number 28 of Jason Russo coming down the backstretch, not sure if it was a tire situation, but just kind of drove it up right there directly into the wall. No other drivers involved, but I'm not sure exactly what happened to Jason Russo right there. What did you see?
I'm looking at it now, Scott, and I'm kind of like you. I think he broke a mechanical part in the car the way it looks.
All right, we just have received input from the guys down there on the track, and it was a mechanical failure on the part of the number 28 of Jason Russo. Unfortunate break. I'm not sure if it was an electrical issue or a wheel malfunction, but well, you know, it does happen. Now, interesting situation right here. Michael Jeans, Mitchell Reeves, Matt Clifton, pretty much the entire field going into pit row. Good decision right there, Joel.
Absolutely good decision. Anytime you can get on pit road during a caution, you got more time to work on the car, and the crews can massage the car and make changes for you.
Do expect to see most of these drivers out here tonight on this first early caution on lap 24, taking 4 tires if they're smart. Tire wear is going to be everything out here, and we're going to get in a driver interview here very shortly. In the meantime, big shout out to Kristen and Michelle, Tyler, Chalk, and Amanda Stewart out there tonight, rooting on Dustin Lee. All right, joining me in the booth is the number 51 of Dustin Lee. How are we doing, Dustin?
Pretty good. You?
Very good. Having a good time out here and talking an awful lot about you and Michael Jeans. Now, last night, you guys brought home a 1 and 2 last night at Chicagoland. Are you out to do it again tonight at Atlanta?
We're gonna give it a shot. I don't know. Still got a long ways to go, but we're definitely gonna try our best.
Well, what do you think the keys to success of that idea would be tonight?
Well, definitely it's going to be tire conservation and just keeping the car nice and clean.
Alrighty, copy that. Anybody you'd like to give a big shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to everybody watching. Hope you guys have a good time, and shout out to my teammates. They're all running right behind me. Actually, first through fifth. So just try to have a good night here.
Alrighty, good luck to you and your teammates over there at Southeast, and we'll be talking to a couple of more of your teammates out here very shortly.
Definitely, thank you.
Now joining me in the booth is the number 8 of Michael Jeans. Michael Jeans currently in 4th position, doing a great job out here so far tonight. And Michael, just to let you know, the pressure is on. We have got Amanda Stewart out there rooting you on in the All Pro Broadcasting chat. Talk to me and Amanda.
Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty good night tonight. This place is hard to pass. You to draft and just the competition. It's hard to make a pass out here. So I don't know what to do. We got Matt's going to try some different strategy, try to see if he can't get off sequence with us, and I don't know what's going to happen, Scott.
Alrighty, well, I tell you what I think is going to happen. I'm thinking we're going to keep those cameras glued on you and the boys over there at Southeast, as y'all are normally big front runners out here. So good luck to you, Michael. Good luck to the guys down there at Southeast, and a lot of pressure on you tonight, sir.
Thank you much, Scott. Thanks to KMA, All Pro Broadcasting, and of course John Hendricks over the top.
All right, copy that. Big shout out to Over the Top Paints and Designs. Doing a lot of work out here for KMA Racing and Southeast Motorsports. All righty, real quick, up to our race official, Gary Burt, very quickly, sir. How are they doing so far?
Scott, they really minding their P's and Q's. I was, throughout that whole run, I was just kind of going from front to back and back to front, and pretty much just staying in single file. There's a few people battling for a spot. just like the driver said, it looks like it's pretty difficult to pass, but so far these guys are doing a great job. It looked like maybe Jason, I heard, had some mechanical difficulty, but luckily he was a lone car incident. So
Pace
here we go,
goes off, green flag.
Back to green flag race.
Got the 22, Dustin lead, back in the lead, followed by Mitchell Reese and Michael Jeans. In fourth place is the number 15 of Jeff T. Martin, and Tristan Beats coming up in fifth, going down the backstretch.
All righty. Now, Tristan Beats, I had told you earlier, a young driver here with KMA Racing, but he will be working his way up to the front. But the car to watch right now, I am thinking, will be the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Craig Kinney tonight right now sitting in position 6. Now, the reason I say that, Joel, is Craig Kinney is a solo driver out here. We know the top 4 guys. We know they're Southeast. We know we've got Tristan Beats sitting here in position 5. We've got Jack Watts in position 7. But that puts the number 90 of Craig Kinney right now an odd man out. He's really got no teammates out here. Got a lot of friends out here. But the number 90 tonight, he is a one-man show. And he appears he's going to go down to the inside lane, trying to get around the number 211 of Tristan Beats. But Tristan Beats is caught up to the number 15 of Jeff Martin. Craig Kinney looking at that outside lane, going to the right of Tristan Beats. Nope, going back down onto that inside, up to the quarter panel, almost up to the door, making the clean. He is side by side, going to successfully make the pass on the 211 Tristan Beats. And now Tristan Beats is onto the rear end of the number 90, successful passing by Craig Kinney here on lap 30.
Yeah, Craig did a book move there, taking that pass coming off of 4 and make it starting to pass on the backstretch. Craig Kinney might be a lone wolf out here tonight, but at this track, a lone wolf can run just as good as team cars can.
Now, I'm kind of wondering if possibly the 211 of Tristan Beats that was just passed by Craig Kinney in the number 90 might be having difficulty. He seems to be losing some time. But I tell you what, get those cameras back up to the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Craig Kinney passing Jeff T. Martin. I do believe Craig Kinney may be trying to go to the front here on lap 31. He is all over the rear end of the number 8 of Michael Jeans. Right now, Craig Kinney sitting up in position 4. And we were talking about those lap times. He's pulling down lap times of a 2:8.50 on that last lap. All these front drivers are on fresh tires due to that early caution. So Craig Kinney very well in contention right now on lap 32.
Yes, Craig's pushing to the front hard, and he can get there, but is he going to burn his tires up and then start falling back? That's the question.
Well, in another interesting situation right here, up in the top 3 now, we've got Southeast Motorsports. Now, Southeast Motorsports can control this lead. Michael Jean's getting ready to get past, but you know, this is racing. There is going to be a little bit of friendly blocking going on. Right now, Craig Kinney side by side with Michael Jeans. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. These drivers could very easily be scraping a little bit of paint here on lap 33. Craig Kinney trying his best in that outside lane, but that is actually slowing up the field a little bit as Jeff T. Martin and the number 15 almost back onto the rear end of Craig Kinney. Craig Kinney down to the inside, aggressive move, almost side by side with Michael Jeans. Craig Kinney going for that pass on that inside lane. Jeff Martin bucking up behind him. Michael Jeans on the outside getting ready to lose 2 spots. Craig Kinney onto the rear end of the 02 Mitchell Reeves. Great race action here on lap 35.
Yeah, Craig Kinney is coming to the front. He knows he can't pass him on the outside, but he sets him up, making him think he's going to pass him on the outside, and then he's ducking down under him on the backstretch. And coming off of 3 and 4, he's up beside him, and they have to lift, and he gets through the corner and by him.
I tell you what. But I tell you what, all this hard racing up here, that has allowed the number 211 of Tristan Beats and the number 8 of Michael Jeans to stay within this pack. Jeff T. Martin and the number 15 side by side with the number 90 of Craig Kinney racing very hard. And here comes Michael Jeans in the rearview mirror of Jeff T. Martin. I tell you what, this race for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th heating up here at Atlanta in race 10 of 15 of the Tuesday night series, brought to you by Jason Russo and Pro Automotive. Craig Kinney up to 3rd spot.
Craig's up to 3rd. Jack Watts is caught up to Tristan Beats, so they got a 7-car pack now and pulling a little bit away from the field.
All drivers right now still pretty much content to remain single file. Dustin Lee up there in front, dominating their first 38 laps. We've had 1 caution, 0 lead changes. And I tell you what, Joel, this is just like last night, the way it started out. Just 1 or 2 drivers up there in the front dominating, and tire wear being a very effective tool. Now, something I did notice about the pitting last night, Joel, the first drivers that did go in on that long fuel run, they did fall a lap down like you will, but when the drivers behind them that had taken up that first place lead, when they went into pit, they obviously lost that lead, and the first guys to pit were the first guys to complete the final lap. So I would not be surprised at all if Dustin Lee and Mitchell Reeves and Jeff Martin and Michael Jeans, assuming this does go green, I'm betting about lap 47, these 4 drivers are going to be the first ones ducking into pit road. What do you think?
I think you're right on that. I think they'll short pit everybody as soon as they get in their pit window of making it to the end of the race.
Jeff T. Martin in the wall.
Jeff T. Martin's into the wall.
Jeff T. Martin, the number 15, into the wall. No caution, but goodness sake, hitting that wall at upwards of 175 miles per hour, that will tear up that Xfinity right there. Hopefully Jeff T. Martin will be close to getting into pit row and be able to get a backup vehicle, because that side damage, that's going to cost them.
Absolutely. Side damage will cost you speed, because if you blow the sides out, that's like putting a parachute behind one of these cars.
Current race leader is Dustin Lee. Mitchell Reeves in second. Craig Kinney, not quite as aggressive now a few laps later. He must have burned those tires up trying to catch up to the rear end of Dustin and Mitchell. Craig Kinney losing a couple of spots, not losing spots, but losing some distance off of our top 1 and 2. And right now, getting blown off the track by the number 8 of Michael Jeans. I definitely am thinking the number 90 lost a lot of tire wear. Tire wear, once again, is everything. Michael Jeans taking care of his equipment. Moving up, getting ready to take over that 3rd position once he crosses that start-finish line here at Atlanta. Tristan Beats now looking to overtake the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Tristan Beats currently in 5th place, battling Craig Kinney for position 4.
Yeah, Craig Kinney was a jackrabbit getting up there, but now the tires have got hot and slick, and they won't grip like they did, so therefore he's got to back out of it to get through corners. He's backing out lower more than anybody else. He's losing time in the corners.
Mitchell Reeves getting around the number 22 of Dustin Lee here on lap 44. Now, Mitchell Reeves is an interesting driver here, Joel. As we all know, does some dirt track racing out there in the real-life world, oftentimes bringing his real-life skills here into the iRacing simulator. Mitchell Reeves, a very seasoned driver, but a younger driver, but very wise in the racing department as far as years. Craig Kinney still battling it out here with the number 8 of Michael Jeans and the 211 of Tristan Beats. Probably about the most exciting racing out here tonight is between Craig Kinney and Michael Jeans, coming down the short chute there into the corner side by side. 211 Tristan Beats just kind of hanging out and looking for the hole. I have a feeling that right now Tristan Beats is on very good tires, and he's just waiting for that number 90 to slide up, to slide down. Right now Tristan Beats eyeing that outside lane. Michael Jeans hanging onto that outside lane, but just does not quite seem to be able to completely clear the number 90.
No, they can't. They can't clear 90. It looks like they are going to clear it coming off of 3 and 4. Though, at least Michael Jeans is going to clear it.
Michael Jeans has indeed cleared him, as has 211. But the caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. That will be our second caution of the evening, and we are going to take a look at that on our All Pro Broadcasting replay. It does appear that the number 20 of Matt Clifton, racing hard along with Jeff T. Martin and Chris Hogue. Cars tight, that was tight. I tell you what, that was some 3-wide racing right there with the number 6 of Chris Hogue and the number 20 of Matt Clifton and the number 15 of Jeff T. Martin. Number 20 getting it just a little bit loose, rocking it between the two drivers, and unfortunately the number 15 taking a ride. I tell you what, Joel, it's up to our race official for sure, but I'm thinking that was just some 3-wide hard drafting, side scraping, boys being boys. What do you think?
I think that's what it was. 6 and 20 were door handle to door handle coming up on the 15, and they made it 3 wide, and that's when the 20 got into the 15.
Well, I tell you what, there is no rule about not going 3 wide. These drivers can go 4 and 5 wide if they choose. But the thing is once you are in that 3 wide position, we have got that thing called side draft. And it's just like it's like a tunnel. It is like a vacuum cleaner tunnel, and it'll take hold of that middle car right there. And that middle car, ladies and gentlemen, imagine you're on the semi and you're coming up behind a semi, and you get close and you feel your car starting to rock and it's starting to sway because you've got that semi's wind pulling you. Well, imagine right there how that monkey in the middle, Matt Clifton, must have felt being trapped between 6,000 pounds of sheet metal at 178 miles per hour and a slight cross breeze. I'm not sure if there was anything that could have been done about that, Joel.
No, I don't think there is, Scott. I think that it was just hard racing and just being in that particular position on the track, it didn't work out.
Good hard racing here on lap 49. Now, we are going to talk to our race official and get his thoughts on it because it is his opinion that does matter. Gary, what did you see out there in that 3-wide situation?
We're going to call it, we're not going to penalize anybody for that. It was 3 cars running really, really close to each other. Just hard racing is all that was.
All righty, copy that. And I tell you what, that is the type of penalty report that all these drivers do like to hear. All these drivers out here, they are screened, very good drivers. That gives us time to interview Mitchell Reeves. How about it, Mitchell Reeves? Have you got a copy?
We got you.
All righty, we were just up here talking about you, talking about what a great job you guys are doing out here. Talk to me about what you're thinking right now, sitting in position 2 at just over the halfway mark.
Hopefully just the top 3. We know that we're really kind of just trying to be team players here tonight. We know Dustin's in a tough battle there with Tristan Beats, and Tristan's right on his heels right now. We'd like to see, Dustin may be able to extend that point lead a little bit, but if it comes down to it, and we know we got it, I'd like to see if we can go for a win. But if it's a Southeast 1, 2, 3, it's just as good as a win. So we'll just have to see what happens. But it's been a fun race so far. If we can make it here to the end. So if we have a caution, I think it'll be really interesting what pit strategy should become. But hoping for a great race at the end at KMA again.
All righty, copy that. Big shout out to you and the real life situation you have going on out there on Facebook. Real quick, where can we check that out?
Mitchell Reeves on Facebook, and definitely also, guys, go check us out at Southeast Motorsports on the league pages. We're doing an awesome figure 8 race tomorrow night. So hope to see all you guys there, and hope we have a great race at the finish here at KMA Racing.
All right, copy that. Good luck to you, Mitchell.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so Joel, so far a pretty good night here. We've had 2 lead changes, 2 cautions, very small numbers up there in the statistics, and that's the way we like to keep him here at KMA Racing. Now, talking there to Mitchell, he mentioned that these drivers from Southeast are on the same fuel load. They are good on their fuel load. Most of these drivers, if they did go into pit row, we could go green flag here and not have to pit. So not sure if we're going to see those green flag pit stops out or not. But we are on lap 50. Pace car is in. Leader's discretion, and leader goes. Number 22 side by side with 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Falling down there in line with the third teammate right there in the top three, Michael Jeans and Craig Kinney sitting in fourth place. Now again, I'm expecting Craig Kinney to really get very competitive here over the next few laps.
I think Craig will probably lay back and just ride for a few laps and save his tires, because he saw what he did getting up there, that he burned his tires up too quick and lost position by doing it. So Craig will probably just lay back, run behind them, and save tires, and then when it gets time to go, he'll take off.
Craig Kinney is going to have the number 211 of Tristan Beats to contend with. Now Tristan Beats driving the official paint job scheme out there done by Orthotop Paints and Designs, looking very sharp out here. Young driver, and he is right now getting ready to challenge the number 90 of Craig Kinney, doing all he can to get up onto that rear bumper, as is the number 90 trying to get up to the number 8 Michael Jeans. But I'm not sure if Craig Kinney and Tristan Beats are just playing possum right now, or if they're running everything they've got, because if this is everything they got, they're going to have to find more. They're going to have to dig very deep tonight, competing against Dustin Lee and Mitchell Reeves and Michael Jeans right now in 1, 2, and 3.
I don't think Craig's showing his hand yet. I think he's just biding his time, holding back. I think when he gets the car settles in and the tires start wearing, you'll see him go.
I tell you what, another quick racing action here with the number 24 of Everett Lane side by side with the number 61 of Brad Ream. We haven't viewed these drivers yet, but they are closing that distance on this front pack. Right now, Everett Lane making a safe inside pass on the number 61 of Brad Ream, and that will move Everett up into P6. And right now, Everett is just about 400ths of a second off of Tristan Beats. Tristan Beats with that front 5. So Everett Lane right now trying to make his way up there for a battle for position 5 here on lap 55.
Yeah, and Craig Kinney decided to pass the number 8 of Michael Jeans, so he's in third place and pulling down on Mitchell Reeves in second.
We got some great racing up in front. We've got Mitchell Reeves possibly challenging the number 22 of Dustin Lee, his teammate. Number 90, Craig Kinney, up in P3, pushing hard on Mitchell Reeves. Now, we have got to watch that pushing, and I tell you what, I am pretty sure that our race official right now is watching these top 4 drivers very carefully. When you're coming down here at 188, 189 miles per hour, something's got to give, or something is going to give out. But these top 5 drivers right now, they're doing a great job. Top 5, Dustin Lee, Mitchell Reeves, Craig Kinney, Michael Jeans, and Tristan Beats. Tristan very solid in position 5. Possibly starting to think Tristan Beats might be a sleeper, Joel.
It's possible that Tristan will turn out to be a sleeper. Again, Craig Kinney is he's still not pushing hard to get to the front, so I got a feeling he'll be better when it comes time to be.
Craig Kinney right there just about getting into a fishtail situation. Michael Jeans doing everything he can. Craig Kinney rocking that left tire across that little patch of grass right there. Not a good idea. Something these drivers cannot do out here. They cannot start to panic. When you start to panic, you start over-driving that vehicle right now. And we are seeing both Michael Jeans and the number 90, both of these drivers pushing very, very hard here on lap 59. Tristan Beats just hanging back, watching all of this action from his mirror. Great racing action, though. I tell you what. Michael Jeans, number 90 of Craig Kenny, and Michael Jeans and Tristan Beats putting on a very great show tonight. Dustin Lee and Mitchell Reeves possibly got this thing wrapped up tonight. So the real action right now is indeed with Craig Kenny and Michael Jeans.
Definitely, that's where the action is. Of course, 24 Everett Lane and the 61 of Brad Ream is closing up on Tristan Beats a little bit, so it might turn out to be instead of a 5-car run, it might turn out to be a 7-car.
Well, what's going on with that, with those drivers, with Everett and Brad Ream being allowed to get caught up, all the hard racing going on up here in front, that's actually slowing down the front, allowing the drivers that are just a little bit hair's breadth back to catch up. Right now, Michael Jeans getting around the outside of the number 90 of Craig Kenny with the number 211 Tristan Beats in tow. Possibly the number 90 overdriving and burning up those tires. Hopefully that is not all that Craig Kenny has left, but losing 2 positions right here on lap 62, and that will drop him down to position 5. That will move Tristan Beats up into position 4, Michael Jeans back into position 3, and Mitchell Reeves and Dustin Lee out here in front. Now I tell you what, Dustin Lee did a great job with the win last night at Chicagoland, but the caution is out. Third caution of the night. Replay brought to you by GW Graphics. And we do know that the number 3 of Mark Jackson and the number 24 of Everett Lane collision. Taking a look at that on our All-Pro Broadcasting replay. And what I'm seeing, Joel, I am seeing Everett Lane overshooting the corner, driving up the track, smacking hard into that wall, ricocheting off that wall into the pathway of the number 3 of Mark Jackson, sending both drivers for a ride tonight here on lap 63. Unfortunate break for Everett Lane, breaking loose and having a play date with the wall on lap 63.
Definitely, that was unavoidable to Mark Jackson. He was just coming through there and had nowhere to go because Everett was coming back across the track, and Everett didn't have any way of stopping it. He bounced off the wall, so he was on his brakes, but the impact of hitting the wall took it back across the wall.
Nothing that Mark Jackson could do about it at all. But that is an unfortunate break for Mark Jackson. So we're gonna have to talk to our race officials and see what they're thinking. But I tell you what, Mark Jackson did everything he could to avoid that. But when that driver gets up loose into that wall, that's just the way the ball bounces. One quick interview here in with the contender tonight, doing a very good job, is Tristan Beats. Tristan Beats is the number 211, and I tell you what, Tristan Beats, you have been rolling right up through this pack tonight. Talk to me.
Yeah, Scott, the car's been handling amazing at this track tonight, and I've just been making really nice pit stops whenever we have to. Sorry. But I've just kind of been running, and my main goal is to finish in front of Dustin and hopefully take first in the points tonight.
Well, you have been really burning up through this track tonight, doing a very wonderful job. So, you think you got what it takes to get her done tonight?
I feel like if I don't get wrecked out by the end of the night, I have a feeling I have a good chance. But with Dustin and Michael and Craig up here and all these other amazing drivers, it's going to be really tough.
All righty, well, I tell you what, you've got your work cut out for you there, Tristan, and good luck to you tonight. Looking sharp out there in that over-the-top paints and designs 211.
Thanks, Scott.
And I tell you what, we are going to be getting back to about a 14 lap shootout. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to go caution-free here on out. What are your thoughts on the caution-free finish?
I think we might go caution-free, Scott. The lead pack have been running good all the time. It's been so much back in the back where the cautions have been caused, and that's because of hard racing trying to get to the front. Now they're lining up now, getting lined up to go back to racing. We're going back racing the next time by. We've just crossed the start-finish line, lining up 2 by 2 to go racing when we come back to the flag.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen out there in broadcasting land, Michelle, Amanda, everybody out there watching, if you're liking what you're hearing and hearing what you like, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. But it is time. It is go time. We're looking at about a 12-lap shootout. Time to put your bets down. Will it be Mitchell Reeves? Will it be Dustin Lee, Michael Jeans, Tristan Beats, or the sleeper, number 90, Craig Kinney? And I tell you what, Joel, on these restarts, anything can happen, especially here at Atlanta.
Absolutely anything can happen at Atlanta on restarts. They can go 3 wide, they can go 4 wide. They can go as wide as they want to go if they think they can get by. I don't think you're going to see that because I think the drivers up front are smart enough to know that they've got to get to lap 80 or 79 to win the race. And going 3 and 4 wide is not the way to do it.
Pace car is in. A lot of pressure here on Michael Jeans as he is very much in sync with his teammates, Mitchell Reeves and the number 22 of Dustin Lee. These top 3 drivers remaining in top 3. I predict they're going to very easily get into a 3-long situation. But actually, I was very wrong about that as we've got the number 90 of Craig Kinney up through the outside, leading the number 20 of Matt Clifton. Going to take him with him until Matt Clifton actually just did change his mind and abandoning the number 90 up in that outer lane, choosing to get behind Michael Jeans. Michael Jeans right now behind his teammate Dustin Lee. Dustin Lee behind Mitchell Reeves. Look at these guys out here looking for a 1-2-3 finish tonight.
Definitely they're looking for a 1-2-3 finish, possibly a 1-2-3-4 finish. They suckered Craig Kinney. They made him think that somebody's going to go with him and help push him through the turns, and then he ducked back down behind the number 8 car and left Craig out to dry.
Well, I tell you what, Michael Jeans right now trapped out on that outside lane is the number 20 of Matt Clifton and the number 211 of Tristan Beats comes underneath him, and that will drop Michael Jeans back into a P5 position. Brilliant crossover move, and Michael Jeans is back coming up to the left side. Get past on the right, jump down, pass him back on the left. These drivers out here playing jumping jacks right now, looking at the number 20 of Matt Clifton side by side with the number 22 of Dustin Lee, getting the good slingshot maneuver up underneath, being pulled off by the draft of 02 of Mitchell Reeves. Ladies and gentlemen, these laps ticking away, these drivers heating up. We are on lap 71 of 80. Mitchell Reeves, Matt Clifton, Dustin Lee, Michael Jeans, Tristan Beats, number 20 getting a little bit loose. Matt Clifton in trouble. And, well, that's going to cost Matt Clifton a good couple of spots right there, Joel.
Absolutely. He got loose. It looked like he got down on the apron, and car got loose and come around.
Right now we've got the number 211 moving up on the outside. Number 87 of Raymond Rittenauer following suit, though. Number 20 of Matt Clifton getting his composure back as he slingshots past the 211 of Tristan Beats. Keeping our cameras on our leaders, ladies and gentlemen. We have got Mitchell Reeves, Dustin Lee, Michael Jeans on a 1-2-3 possible finish. Seems like it's going to be a flashback to last night. Amanda Stewart saying, "Come on, baby, go Michael Jeans." Big fans out here with All Pro Broadcasting.
Definitely for All Pro Broadcasting, and those drivers, they're tail to tail. They're not going to be swapping positions until that last lap. that's when Mitchell Reeves, Dustin Lee, and Michael Jeans will decide who's going to win.
So you think this is going to come down to Mitchell, Dustin, and Michael? I hear you talking right there, but I tell you what, they have got to watch the back door, because knocking on their back door is the number 90 of Craig Kinney and the number 20 of Matt Clifton. Don't think that Tristan Beats is going to see a top 3 finish tonight with 5 to go. But I tell you what, Joel, I have seen it many a time, not so much with these guys right here, but I have seen the top 3 take one another out, and 4th and 5th bring her on home to a 1-2 finish. So these Southeast Motorsports up here in this 1-2-3 spot, they have got to protect each other. They have got to keep Michael Jeans in front of the number 90 of Craig Kinney. Craig Kinney has got his hands full battling around with Matt Clifton, which Matt Clifton is within the Southeast Motorsports communication channel. So we talked about the Lone Wolf out here. We have got the Wolf Pack taking on the Lone Wolf of Craig Kinney. Craig Kinney right now struggling to maintain position 4 as the number 20 of Matt Clifton is on his inside, racing hard.
Yeah, they're racing hard, and Matt Clifton is keeping Craig Kinney from catching up to Michael Jeans. So the finish is going to be whether or not the front 3 take each other out.
Well, I do not see that happening, but a drastic move right there by Craig Kinney, rocking and rolling here on lap 77. I thought he was actually getting loose, but he was trying to cut to the left, trying to cut to the right. Back up to the front, 3 laps to go. Michael Jeans thought he was going to go underneath the number 22 of Dustin Lee. I still think he might. A lot of pressure out here for Michael Jeans. He actually won the KOA Season 1 season, the entire season. Great job. Won the opener at Dover, pulled down to 2nd place last night in the KOA Series, and tonight looking like a very solid 3rd place. Number 90. Now looking at the number 90 of Craig Kinney, getting to the rear end of Matt Clifton, bringing out the caution. We are looking at the number 90 of Craig Kinney getting very hard into the rear end of the number 20. Just, wow, goodness, Joel. I'm not sure what to think about that, but as the number 90 did take the rear end of Matt Clifton, the 211 unfortunately getting caught up into it as well. And that is going to vary. And that, ladies and gentlemen, may very well wrap up tonight's race. Unfortunate break for Matt Clifton and Craig Kinney and Tristan Beats. Hard racing right there. We're going to talk to our race official about that one there, ladies and gentlemen. He's got some tough decisions to make out here, deciding what he's going to do about that one there. The boys are going to be boys, and there is going to be some degree of blocking going on, some degree of rear ending. But I tell you what, that was a very powerful hit right there that Matt Clifton took. Back up to our leaders, we are going to have a Southeast Motorsports 1-2-3 finish. We are waiting for the official results to come in, but so far, Joel, it's looking like Mitchell Reeves, Dustin Lee, and Michael Jeans rounding out your top 3.
Yes, it is, Scott. Unfortunate that Craig Kinney and Matt Clifton got together and brought out the caution so that this is finishing under yellow instead of under green.
We always hate it when it finishes under yellow, and I call these half a cautions. Technically, this will be our 4th caution of the evening, but finishing it up under caution, I'm going to call it a 3.5 caution. And I tell you what, looking at the broadcasting chat, a couple of our viewers out there kind of looking at that little incident. I know that Amanda Stewart not real happy about what she saw out here tonight, but we're going to talk to our race official very shortly. First and foremost, we do want to get our top 3 positions up here into the booth with us. So big shout out right now. Joining us is Michael Jeans in the number 8, bringing home a very solid number 3 tonight, Michael.
Yeah, that was pretty tough racing there at the end. I was waiting. I was waiting for the last lap. I think I had something for Dustin, maybe even Mitchell, but it was that caution flew at just the right time. But I'm happy we got 1, 2, 3, 4 for Southeast Motorsports. It's a good night.
Alrighty, well, I tell you what, I'm going to let you get back down there to your buddies so I can talk to your other buddies. Big shout out, Southeast Motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear a lot about Southeast Motorsports. Big shout out to Michael Jeans, bringing home number 3 tonight. Good job, Mike.
Thanks.
Bringing home our number 2 spot is Dustin Lee. Talk to me about it, Dustin.
And that was a good race there. I was waiting to the last lap to try to get a run, and caution just happened to come out. But yeah, it was definitely going to be interesting there. But definitely wasn't going to wreck anybody to get the win there.
Now I'm seeing you line up with Nick Reynolds as well. Is he part of Southeast?
Yes, sir.
So we actually have a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish for Southeast. Wow, that is truly amazing. We're going to let our race winner tonight, Mitchell Reeves, tell us how you guys do it. But congratulations, Dustin Lee. Great number 2 tonight. Great number 1 last night. I tell you what, you're out here rocking and rolling.
Yeah, like Michael said, you run around good people. Got good teammates that help you out a lot, make you a lot faster.
Alrighty, copy that. And one of those good teammates joining us right now is Mitchell Reeves, bringing her home tonight. Talk to me about those last 3 laps there, Mitchell.
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking, Scott. It's been kind of rough. It seems like it's always been between me, Jeans, and Dustin lately, and I guess it was finally my turn to get lucky and get up there. That last pit stop, I think the pit stop is what won it there, Scott. We went in, and I saw Dustin slide a little bit, and he said over TeamSpeak, he's like, "You're gonna get me off pit road there," and we ended up getting it. And I tell you what, Matt Clifton was really coming for us, and when he hit the apron. It was kind of I would have been interested to see what he would have been able to do up there. And then, going down those last couple laps, Dustin was really on me. And, I know he's running in the points with Tristan, and I wanted to give a shout out to Tristan. It was a tough break to see him wreck there. But, I was really just trying to debate how hard I really wanted to race Dustin because I didn't want to wreck him, and he was a teammate. But, a win's a win, and I'm really happy to finally get back in victory lane. It's been a little bit, so it's just you're just happy to be back at first place.
Now, what are your thoughts going into next week's race at Auto Club?
It's one of my better tracks. I like Auto Club, but so does everybody else. I think it's going to be just as tight, if not tighter, next week at Auto Club. The really cool thing about Auto Club is there's a couple lines, so I think we're going to see a lot of 3 wide, and there's possibly 4 wide. I think at KMA Racing, 4 wide is something that can happen, and it can be done successfully. It's been done here many times, so I think the viewers should be very excited to see some 4 wide and 3 wide action, some just another great race here. We're going to load it up with Southeast Motorsports. We finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and got to give a huge shout out to Nick Reynolds. He came back from a lap down to come P4. It's awesome to see us 1, 2, 3, 4, and just happy that Southeast Motorsports is running on all cylinders right now.
All righty, awesome racing out here tonight. Mitchell Reeves, congratulations and great job.
I just want to give a shout out to all my sponsors real quick. First and foremost, KMA Racing for everything they've done for us. Jason Russo, Pro Automotive. Guy has absolutely stepped up and given us a great racing series. Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting, kicking butt like always. He never fails anybody. And once again, I'm sure it was another great broadcast. Can't wait to watch. Michelle, I want to give you a huge shout out for everything you've done for us and the iRacing fans Facebook page and Southeast Motorsports and everybody that's helped us out to have a great racing series here at KMA Racing. Thanks, Scott.
All righty, one more shout out to the painter out there, John Hedrick with Over the Top Paints and Designs, doing a lot for KMA Racing, as well as Southeast, as well as just about everybody. And you can check John Hedrick out on Trading Paints as well as on Facebook with Over the Top Paints and Designs. Good job, Mitchell Reeves.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, but right now the man that I want to talk to is our race official, Gary Burt. Gary Burt, talk to us about the Craig Kenny, Matt Clifton, late lap 78 bumping incident.
Scott, what it looks like is the 20 coming into that corner, just prior to that, he got a little bit loose, which I think he had to probably check up. And the 90, the closing speed was phenomenal. I don't really think it was anything intentional. I just think the 90 caught the 20 a lot faster than what he thought he was going to, and I do believe it was just a racing incident.
All righty, copy that. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from our race official. Good job to our race official, Gary Burt, making the hard decisions out here at Atlanta. All righty, Joel, sum up tonight's race for us.
Summing up the race, we had great hard racing. We had team racing. Didn't have no green flag pit stops, unfortunately, but that's part of the game. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Were some minor cautions, usually caused just one or two cars involved. The last one was the big one that took out multiple cars, and unfortunately made the race end under yellow. But it was a fantastic race tonight, I believe.
It really, truly was. And like I said, I'm going to call that a 3.5 caution. We hate it when it ends under caution, but it's really not a full caution because it just kind of like froze the field. But either way it goes, a caution is a caution. So tonight, only three lead changes, but 4 cautions. Great racing here at Atlanta. Now, next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be at Homestead 1 week from tonight. Great 4-wide racing guaranteed there at Auto Club. I said Homestead, I meant Auto Club. It's going to be a great night there at Auto Club. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to the viewers, big shout out to the painters, big shout out to the broadcaster, and our sponsor, Pro Automotive, Jason Russo, taking care of business. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Mike Miko on the cameras. He is Gary Burt as the Eye in the Sky, Joel Guy, my co-announcer, and I am Scott Kolovic. Thank you for tuning in for TNT Tuesdays, and we'll catch you 1 week from tonight. We'll do it again.
Hey, this is Garrett Smithley, driver the number 0, JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.